Hello, very good morning to all of you. Today, we are going to discuss the case note of Geraldine Chapman. This is a referral letter to the nursing coordinator at Flying Doctor Service. So, what is Flying Doctor Service is that they fly to rural areas where the medical facilities are rare. So, this is what the service of a flying doctor. So when it is away from a city where we have limited facilities, medical facilities, doctors or the nurses will fly there and on a helicopter, and then they provide the service. This is what we call as flying doctor service. That is in Port Augusta. And now the patient's name is Geraldine Chapman. She requires full-time assistance with babies and 5-year-olds until sometime. Sometime. So this is a letter, a referral letter written to a nursing coordinator who coordinate things there. Now, let us go in detail with the question, the case notes. Mrs. Geraldine Chapman, 38, has recently given birth to triplets. So she's a 38-year-old lady. She gave birth to triplets after being conceived by in vitro fertilization at our center, that's Splinters Medical Center. And babies were delivered by cesarean section, and now she's being discharged. This is the background information. Now, so we have the date of admission, 20th May 2007, discharge 31 May 2007. Surgical details that we have seen, triplets delivered by cesarean section. Now we have a social background, which is very important here in this case, because we need to emphasize why we are rendering the service of a flying dog. It's because she lives in a cattle farm 300 kilometers north of Port Augusta. So it is away, far away from the main center. And there is no family support for her because her husband is out all day working in the property, in the farm. And the first son is not that much old. He's just 5 year old. And he's homeschooled. Homeschool means the children who don't go to school for formal studies, they stay at home and they do their study at their home. This is what we call homeschool. So where there is no provision for school somewhere near the rural areas, they do homeschooling. So these are difficult situations which we need to highlight there in the letter. Now, what's the medical condition here? It's slow post-operative progress. So we came to know that she had a cesarean section and she delivered triplets. So the surgery, after the post-surgery, the progress was slow because there was infection in the wound, but it is getting better. Still, the sutures are there. She's being discharged today, but still the sutures are there. She's not having food properly because she has poor appetite. She is reluctant to walk. So these are things which are the problems at present. Now, what we need here, these are the things we need here. After discharge today, the patient will need daily wound care. And how is it possible? It's possible with the arrangement of a flying dog because you're writing to the nursing coordinator to arrange a flying doctor. So it will be done by the flying doctor. Daily wound care has to be done. Sutures has to be removed by the doctor in a week time if the infection clears up. Now there is something which we need to see here. If there is a possibility that the suture removal may go further if the infection is not healed up or the wound is not healed up properly faster. So we are expecting the wound healing in a week so that the sutures have to be removed. But if the infection is not clearing up, we need to delay. So if the word if is important, it has to be highlighted. Now rest, light exercise, and light diet. So this is what she has to do post-discharge. Now some assistants with babies and housework, preferably live-in child care assistant for the first 3 months. Now this is what is the main thing here. Because she is the wound care is a problem. But more than that, what she needs is to care the babies. And she has to do housework because she doesn't have any family support. Her husband works all day in a farm. So preferably she needs child care assistance for the first 3 months here after discharge. Now, she delivered for the first 3 months till she become independent, till she become capable of doing her household activities and she's able to look after her children properly. She may need a child care assistant. So this is what the thing is. Now, mother craft nurse to assist with breastfeeding. So this is an additional thing that she needs because it reflects, now that there will be difficulty in feeding some or see one of the baby may get less milk. So this has to be rectified. This has to be solved. The problem has to be solved. There should not be any problem. So a mother craft nurse should assist with breastfeeding. So this is something additional. Now we have seen the question. We are writing a referral letter to a nursing coordinator at Flying Doctor Service, Commercial Road, Post, Port Augusta 5700, explaining that Mrs. Chapman will need full-time assistance with the babies and her 5-year-old son for some time. Let's go with the a model letter here. Just a model. 31st May 2007. That's what today's date, the discharge date. The nursing coordinator, Flying Doctor Service, Commercial Road, Port Augusta 5700. Dear Sir or Madam, because the name has not been there, so dear Sir or Madam. Reference Mrs. Geraldine Chapman, age 38. Now this purpose paragraph is a bit complicated, so I need to make you understand what is written. This letter is being written to refer because it's a referral letter. We have to set to refer Mrs. Geraldine Chapman, who requests what she requires is follow-up care till she regains her independence for childcare. Now, what we have written in the first sentence is she requires multiple things. What she requires wound care, that's from a flying doctor. Her sutures have to be removed by the doctor after a week if infection is not there. Now, she requires assistance from a mothercraft nurse for breastfeeding. She requires assistance for childcare, preferably a living childcare assistant for the first 3 months. So it's all after the discharge, so it's all comes to follow-up care. So the requirements are many, so we have consolidated the work to follow-up care. So she has everything we have written in the last paragraph, so she requests follow-up care. She regains her independence for childcare. So the primary thing is not household work, it is childcare. So we have written independence for childcare. Hope you understood. She delivered treatments by its cesarean section and is being discharged today. So what happened is written in the second sentence. The date of discharge is also written there. That's two sentences, not so long. Now, this is the second paragraph. What is the necessity? So why we are giving priority to this thing? Because we are requesting the service of a flying doctor. So why we are doing that is Mrs. Chapman lives in a cattle farm which is located 300 kilometers north of Port Augusta. Her elder son does homeschooling and her husband works all day in the farm. So this is why we are requesting the thing. So we have written that thing. Now, Mrs. Chapman experienced post-operative complications such as wound infection, breastfeeding difficulty, and poor appetite. So, what happened to her? This is what happened to her after surgery: wound infection, breastfeeding difficulty, and poor appetite. Although the wound is healing, progress is slow, and therefore sutures are not yet removed, and she is selected to work. So if we are, we can say wound is healing severe. We have written the wound is healing. If you want to write the wound is seen healing, it is better. So you can say that it is objective, what we have seen objectively, although the wound is seen healing. Okay, so the progress is slow and therefore the sutures are not removed and she's selected to work. This is what the present condition is. Following her discharge, she was advised to take adequate rest, light diet, and do light exercise. Actually, this particular thing won't fit here, but if we, it is better to write this uh, sentence, this particular sentence, following her discharge. This can be written. This can be written in the following paragraph. So, because this is not a present condition. So this is what is going to happen after discharge. So this particular sentence will come down in the next paragraph. So that's the correction there. It would be appreciated if you could arrange a flying doctor from your facility for Mrs. Chapman's daily wound care and suture removal in 1 week, provided that there is no sign of infection. So that's perfect. So you need to arrange a flying doctor from your facility. I can cancel this from your facility here because it is understood. It would be appreciated if you could arrange a flying doctor for Mrs. Chapman's daily wound care and suture removal in a week, 1 week. Okay, no problem. A week or 1 week, whatever it is. Provided that means if there is no sign of infection. What we use this word is provided that means if. So it's another word for if. So it's good language, provided that there is no sign of infection. No sign of infection. It's signs of infection. Kindly consider providing her full-time assistance with babies and housework preferably, live-in childcare assistant for the first 3 months. So that's what we need. The second thing, in addition, please avail a mother craft nurse to assist her with breastfeeding. Now you can add the sentence which is needed here, which was written in the last paragraph here. She was advised to take adequate rest these things. So we can add that thing here in the last paragraph. So 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 it becomes a bigger paragraph. We have no other option there. So we have to, if you have language proficiency, try to reduce the size of the paragraph by reducing the number of words. The, the word count is just 185 or something like that. If you have any further queries regarding Mrs. Chapman's condition, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours faithfully, because you don't know the name of the addressee. So we have written yours faithfully, Nurse Flinders Medical Center. I hope that we can see you again with another letter as soon as possible. Sorry for not updating any of the videos for the last 8 months. So we'll be back on track. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.